I just watched Birds of Prey, and well, it is better than Ghostbusters 2016. But then again, Ghostbusters 2016 was one of the biggest pieces of... Hello, everyone. I am... Mecha Random 42, the one, the only, the original, your favorite YouTube harpy. And yes, I use a writing crop for emphasis. Oh, this movie was... Oh, it was short. I'll give it that. It was short. I like the fact that it was only like an hour and 40. It was not a 2.5 hour movie. That I'm okay with. Don't be 2.5 hours. You don't need to be that long in this. Harley Quinn was not nearly as annoying as I thought she was going to be, but then again, I'm not really a Harley Quinn fan. I find her to be annoying and very ornamental, much less annoying than I anticipated she would be based on the trailers. However, this movie, and just here, go away. This movie was still a very, very heavy-handed, men am bad sort of message, because pretty much everybody who wrongs every one of these characters in this film is a dude. And of course, this is the same anti-male message we get from all these celebrities.
I do not need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work for him about A Wrinkle in Time. It wasn't made for him.
This movie was not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Okay, first off, this is a chick flick for chicks who don't like this kind of flick. It is a movie about chicks coming together that don't really know each other to go and take down a common enemy because he's a guy. And then there's this whole other subplot, sort of. Oh, there's so many subplots. You have one too many subplot in this movie, and in my opinion, they probably could have cut out the Huntress. Yeah, just cut out the Huntress. She's kind of weird, and just set her up in the next film. That would have been fine. There's a little too many things on screen. There's way too many of these. No. Hold it. Stop everything. We're going to flash back. I didn't enjoy that. You know, this is kind of a Tarantino movie wannabe without nearly having the talent or pacing of being a really good Tarantino movie. And you got Margot Robbie, who's done a Tarantino movie. She's actually pretty good in this. The acting and actors are really decent for their characters. They're really good. But this is another one of those movies where we gotta save the mystery kid because she's the key to the... I get tired of that plot. We already have that in Picard. We've got it in Battlestar Galactica. We had it in Walking Dead. Deadpool is another one. You had to save the kid. I didn't like that trope. I'm not a big kid person anyway. I just don't like them, don't have them, don't want them. That's why I don't like seeing that in these movies. And it's very much one of those like teenage sister bonds with like the younger sibling sort of thing. So many chick flick tropes. You've got Harley cutting off her hair, eating ice cream, doing something that indicates she's single now, which I'm not going to get into too many spoilers on this one because it's really not worth spoiling in a lot of ways. Did I enjoy it? I mean, I didn't hate it as much as Ghostbusters 2016, and it's certainly way better than Star Trek Discovery.
I like science.
But that's Star Trek Discovery. Like, that's kind of my lowest of the low, is Star Trek Discovery is my most painful thing to sit through. And, you know, for a movie that is an R-rated movie, it wasn't super duper gory. I wasn't uncomfortable watching it, because sometimes they'll get a little too graphic, and I'll be like, no. It was mostly for the F-bombs, which, you know, it's fine. And, again, it's better than Star Trek Discovery's use of them.
This is so fucking cool.
It is fucking cool.
So sorry.
Yeah, that am Star Trek now. So for comparison, like, I kind of compare that as like the worst of the worst thing that I sit through, because I'm a big Star Trek person, and I like the comic book movies enough, and, you know, grew up with the Batman 60s TV series. Have been watching quite a lot of Batwoman, and that's one of those CW shows where, again, we're really in the chick flick DC stuff, aren't we? And while I'm talking about the rating of this film, there wasn't any nudity or anything. I mean, at least give us something like we get over on Batwoman. Because you got the rating. You could do that. No, they couldn't do that, could they? The other thing I gotta throw in there, that Ewan McGregor's character is supposed to be gay or not, he's playing it like a cross between Thurston Howell III, Caligula, and Liberace, all kind of rolled up into one. You can interpret it any way you want. I'll just leave it as that. Because the character's a little bit over the top, he's a little fun, he's a little flamboyant, but you never actually see that sort of representation and blah 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 that we usually get in pretty much all of these things, even though this is a giant game of Pokemon. Now, of course, they do have pretty much one of every color of the rainbow of people in this, because diversity, they don't really make a deal of it, though. It's not like, well, I am this because this is my only character trope. Like, seriously, if what shade your skin is the only interesting thing about you, then maybe grow a personality, because I don't care. And that's kind of how they sort of treat their diversity stuff in this. So the woke stuff is only really male bashy at this point in this movie. So this movie I would probably give about a 4.5, like a strong 4.5. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen. It is better than Ghostbusters 2016. The characters are more likable. The action is still kind of bullcrap, because you got 98-pound women beating up 250-pound men. Not believable. It's not believable in Batwoman. It's not believable in any of these things, especially because most of the characters are just chicks. Chicks with weapons. That's all it is. And they're not like, most of them anyway, are not like superpowers or anything. Only one of them uses one superpower one time. And that's fine, but just be a little more believable. There's a scene where Harley Quinn goes with a beanbag gun in a police station. Like, oh, come on. Really, everybody's after you, and one little girl is gonna come in and break into a no. It's really a lot of this implausible stuff. Other than that, I mean, it's probably an okay enough movie if you want to wait for Redbox, if you want to wait for Netflix. You're probably not going to hate it. It's not all over the place. It's not nearly as bad as Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, in my opinion.
You can't stop me, I'm a Jedi from Jakku.
But that's only because that one was just clearly a huge mess up, and then we got to do this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then this. And the editing was a lot worse on Rise of Skywalker too. But this one still wasn't that great. It's not the best. That's why it's like a strong 4.5. I didn't hate it, but if you really hate all the anti-men stuff and you really don't want to sit through a chick cutting off her hair eating ice cream because she broke up with her boyfriend movie, then this one, you might want to sit this one out. But in my opinion, I think they really missed the market on this one. And like I said, it's a chick flick, but it's for chicks who don't really like chick flicks. It's more of a chick flick sort of revenge movie. The things just don't really match up very well, and it kind of fell a little flat, and it felt a little slow for me in a lot of places, because the chick flick stuff kind of worked a little better. You just need to separate the two ideas, I think, in my opinion. But anyway, if you guys saw it, tell me what you think. And I watched it so you didn't have to. Put it that way. So don't get mad at me, because, movies are not mandatory, but I get paid to watch them from you guys. So thank you so much. I will see you in the next video, live stream, or wherever. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.